have to let them expose themselves. And the best way to do this is in the beginning, because in the beginning, she she's still getting comfortable with you. She's still learning her boundaries. She's still learning what she can and can't say around you. And the most important thing for you to do is to never judge her. Any story she tells you, in fact, I'll advise you to even tell her stuff about yourself. Heck, you can even lie. Tell her a wild story about you, a story that is shameful or a person would be ashamed of, in order to make her feel more comfortable with telling you about her shameful past. So it's like in the beginning of every relationship, the communication is it's usually very good. That's the best time in the relationship. Like the beginning is, that's when you guys love each other to the fullest. So in that time or in that period is where you're supposed to be making her open up. So for instance, what I do is we'll be conversating, and then I'll, make a confession, and then she'll make a confession, and then suddenly she'll tell you about how she cheated on her ex. Like women actually tell you who they are. Like they are the most transparent people ever. If a woman is a cheater, she will tell you in the beginning. The problem is a lot of guys ignore the signs. Women are more honest than men. It's just that men aren't as vigilant as they should be. Men aren't as attentive as women are. So it's like uzokutshela ngepast yakhe ukuthi ubechita, ngingachita nendoda yami, umngani wakhe nani nani ngayenza kanje, because they're comfortable like that, uzokutshela. And then after that, what you shouldn't do is judge her or look at her a certain way. You should make her feel comfortable. In fact, you should big that up. Like big ups to you, props to you. Because that's what they do with their friends. I mean, their friendships are fake and stuff. So, yeah, naturally, women support each other's nonsense. So, if you do the same thing, if you validate her feelings, she'll always be honest with you, and you'll always know where you stand. But if you judge her, you're making a big mistake, because you're forcing her to lie. Like you're making her a better liar if you judge her for her past. So never do that. Like never punish a woman for telling you the truth about herself. I've made that mistake and I've regretted it since. There was this girl I dated who, in her past, or before she met me, she was like wild, always going out and whatnot. But it's like when I met her, I did not know that. And the mistake I made was, in our conversations, she would tell me stuff about herself, and then I would say stuff like, I would never be serious or date a girl who goes out or who drinks alcohol. That was a big mistake. Because what she did then was, she stopped doing those things. According to me, like she'd front as if she's not doing it anymore, but she'd do it behind my back. And when I found out, I felt terrible. I wasn't hurt, I just felt terrible that I made her feel uncomfortable around me. Like I judged her so much that she felt she needed to do that behind my back. I did not let her be herself. So I felt like I was putting her in jail. And I was uncomfortable with that. Problem is, a lot of guys are comfortable with that. In fact, a lot of guys want that. Like you want to put your woman in jail. It's like you want to feel that you belong to her. It's like, no. Let her be herself. Give her the freedom to be who she wants to be. And if her actions are not in your best interest, then walk out of her life. But don't try to change a person. Don't come in someone's life and then be like, no, I found you like this. Now I want you like this. Like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that's not a nice thing. Even if you have the person's best interest, that's still not a wise move. Never ever do that, man. And then remember that every woman, every woman thinks that they're a good person. Like all of them, really. It's actually crazy. All of these women think that they're good people. Like, I've never met a woman who could acknowledge that she was not a good person. Most of them think, even with the messed up things they do, they think they're perfect. That's why they'll tell you to love me with my imperfections. They'll say, I'm perfect just the way I am. They really believe that. They're not just saying it, they really believe that. So, always keep that in mind and treat her that way. Like, make her feel that way, make her think that. And then she'll always show you her true colors. And then the biggest mistake any guy can make is just to have a baby with these kind of women. Now, most of you guys, most of you guys have baby mamas we never even knew you guys were seeing. She was your side chick, and then suddenly, boom, she pops up with a baby and it's yours. But thina singamajita-ko, you never told us about that. So now we're like, how nomuntu unjani? Why would he have a baby with her? But that's the result of sleeping around. That's the result of being easily accessible as a guy. I think most of you guys should just be comfortable with knowing that you can sleep with a girl, but don't go through with it. For me, that feeling alone is enough. Like, when I know what I can get it, that's enough. I don't need to actually get it. If I know I can get it, it's like, that's cool. Because you don't need to be sleeping with every girl, or trying to get like it. I know society makes it cool and all, but it's like, that's where you make the mistake of having babies you shouldn't be having. And that's a trap. A baby is a lifetime trap, unfortunately. Unless you want to be a deadbeat father. And yeah, deadbeat guys are just, they're bums, man. If you're gonna have a baby and then abandon that baby, you're just a bum dude, man. Like, not only are you irresponsible, but you're selfish. You're damaging the entire society, not just that baby. Yeah, well. But yeah, amajita kumele mfethu siqaphele, kumele sizithande, and then senze ama-decision alright. Make the best decision for you. Always put yourself first, because that's what everyone else does. That's what every woman does. She puts herself first. I mean, not all of them, but most of them. Sometimes they think they're putting themselves first, but they're not. It's like, that was a dumb decision, but you really thought you were putting yourself first. Like having a baby with a guy who you know will never commit to you. A guy who isn't willing to take care of you for the rest of your life, basically. If you're gonna give a guy like that a baby, then you don't really have your own best interest at heart. You think you're trapping umjita, kanti no, yena utrapper wena. But yeah, I'm not saying there aren't any good women out there, but if you want to have a good relationship, you at least have to find a basis that's mutually beneficial.